Welcome back. You're still tuned in to your home of humanitarian journalism, Salam Media. The time is 8:43, and we now turn our attention to India, where the bulldozers of state policy are once again rolling through Muslim neighborhoods. This time in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, at Chandola Talab. Nearly 7,000 homes and properties have been targeted for demolition in a country where Islamophobia is increasingly institutionalized. This move has left thousands of families, many of them Muslim, homeless and devastated. Rights groups and Muslim bodies have slammed these demolitions as a targeted attack, warning of a growing pattern of communal violence masquerading as urban development. And joining us now is Mujahid Nafees, a convener of the Minority Coordination Committee in Gujarat, an organization that's been at the front line defending minority rights in India. Mujahid, thank you so much for joining us, especially during what must be a very, very incredibly difficult time for so many communities.
Thank you, Salam Media, for inviting me and to interact with the people of the South Africa. It will be good that the people of the South Africa will hear what is happening in Ahmedabad or Gujarat.
No, definitely. And I think we can kickstart the conversation with that. You painting the picture for our viewers and listeners and setting the scenes of what happened during these demolitions. How sudden were they, and what kind of force or intimidation was used to carry them out?
So I am starting with the beginning. As we know that in Kashmir, some tourists were attacked by some uh, uh, maybe say terrorists,
Mm,
uh, and 26 were killed in Pahalgam attack. After the Pahalgam attack, uh, government intelligence has failed to identify who is the main accused and who is the main perpetrator. Largely, they say the Pakistan is the main perpetrator, and we will take revenge. And after the Pahalgam attack, we see on the night of 26th April 2025, our area is known as Chandola Talao. This area is situated in Ahmedabad, the Shah Alam area. This area is surrounded by a, a lake known as Chandola Lake. And here, if you know the context of Gujarat, that the selected areas is meant for Muslims. As in, if we talk for Ahmedabad, then Shah Alam, Vatwa, Johapura, Sarkhes, these areas are for the Muslims. So all over the country, when the people came Ahmedabad for their jobs and their businesses, and mostly are the laborers, they lived in slums, a low cost area. And Shalam Chadola is a low cost slum. So people from the all over India came Ahmedabad for their own work. They lived there. On the After that Pahalgam, on the 26th April, the police personnel came. They surrounded and cordoned the whole area, and mainly the Bengali Vas area, uh, where the mostly West Bengal peoples lived there. And disrespectfully, they kicked the doors, they opened the doors and dragging out people. They were taken by the police to the Kakaria football ground. Police kicked off around 1,000 people. They uh, and they were taken to the Kakaria football ground around 2.5 kilometers away from the residential settlement. They were made to sit on the ground for 3 to 4 hours, become hot in the forenoon. They detained persons where they paraded through the roads of the city of Ahmedabad at around 7 a.m., covering the distance between Kakaria football ground, where they were first assembled, and then taken to Gaikwad Haveli police station and the detention center of Kran branch and the special operation group office. The families and the relatives of the people who were detained were not informed formally about this detention. They whether they were arrested or detained without arrest, because of which they spent almost 2 days in the front of district crime branch offices at Gaikwad Haveli and also in the SOG office at Johapura in this heat. They were told that documents parenting to identify residential and other kinds of proof would be examined and if found satisfactory would be released. The police did not give a clear idea about the detention. The most of the people, largely majority of the people are from Bihar, Rajasthan, Gujarat and West Bengal with relevant documentary evidence and not Bangladeshis, as claimed by the Gujarat Minister of State that this area is filled by Bangladeshis. The modus of operandi of the police, where they barged to their homes during the wee hours of the morning, the manner in which they were herded like a cattle and made to walk more than 6 to 7 kilometers in the heat, and the way in which the relatives were kept in the dark and having to wait outside in the dangerous heat with no are a violation of the fundamental rights of the citizens. So, this is the first attempt uh, in which the police attacked on Chandola Lake. In 3 days after the production of the relevant documents from the detained peoples, uh, they were released. Around 850 people were released. So the idea of the state that this Chandola Lake area is filled by the Bangladeshis, the infiltrators, is punctured. So after this act is punctured, so the state will plan another thing because this is a water body and they are very poor people live there. So they plan that you are living here unauthorized. So you are unauthorized person to reside here. So please show your proof of property. And they bulldozed around 2,000 homes on 29th. We the 18 people of the Chandola Lake area went to the High Court for the stay of the demolition, but and also the resettlement and the rehabilitation of the people who are suffered. Court not supported us. They didn't give a stay order on demolitions, but court said that resettlement and the rehabilitation uh, will be done by the state. If you are residing here uh, early from the 2010, because in 2010, Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation frame a policy for resettlement and the rehabilitations of the uh, poor. So, so if you are residing here from early from the 2010, then state will give you a alternate accommodation. So the more than 2,000 homes were bulldozed by the state. Largely, about 95% homes uh, parenting to Muslim community. And after this act, Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation framed a policy and said, if you are residing here from early from 2010, then you are entitled to uh, fill a form under EWS, Economic Weaker Section scheme, and you may get a home by depositing some money around 3.5 lakh, etc. Some other 58 peoples were also uh, gone to the High Court, but court did not support to stay the demolition and so and many other things. The last tomorrow, yeah, sorry, yesterday, state government planned the demolition phase two, and they demolished around more than 8,000 homes yesterday. Today is also demolition is going on. Nine mosques uh, being to be demolished. Four is already demolished, and rest will be in in the late evening. So this is the overall context of the Chandola Lake, and we clearly said this is an attack on Muslim community. The main fault of the residents of the Chandola Lake is to being a Muslim, uh, because if Pahalgam attack is being created or perpetrated by the Pakistan, so why Bangladeshis are targeted?
mm,
And in a democratic country, if even any person is trespassed the boundary, then the foreign tribunal is here. You may take a case before foreign tribunal, and foreign tribunal will be decide he is foreigner or not. And and foreigner is also a dignity. It doesn't mean that you will go there and bulldoze their homes. The pregnant women's paraded in the heat. The children's paraded in the heat. Any type of any law can't support this. But the main fault of the residents is largely they are Muslims. So the state punish them because the main ideology of the present regime is to punish Muslims. So they want to show the country that the Muslims in the Gujarat, as Gujarat is a model, and they want to show that the Muslims in the Gujarat is in our hand. So this type of cruel, inhuman, immoral behavior by the state done by Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation in Chandola Lake in last 10 days.
No, thank you for I think unpacking and expanding what's currently happening in India and in Gujarat, to be specific to our listeners. My next question is, what is the current situation of the families who have been displaced right now as we speak? Where are they staying, and what kind of aid or relief is being provided, if there's any?
So, a good question by you. Uh, that in the first phase, when they bulldozed 2,000 homes, the people, the families of the residents uh, were more suffered. Uh, they stayed on the upstairs of the uh, Kakaria Lake and on the road. Police were not allowed to uh, build any type of alternative camp or etc. So they slept on the road. The more suffered community is pregnant women and the small children. Uh, the people roamed around the in the city to find a new home on the rent, but they are unable to find uh, a new accommodation because they labeled as a Bangladeshi, and nobody uh, want to be uh, uh, willing to rent a home to the Bangladeshis. So the community is more suffered. Now the 8,000, more than 8,000 homes also demolished. The families of the 8,000 people uh, uh, are in the all over the city of the Ahmedabad. They are searching their new home, and they find more difficulty because they labeled as a Bangladeshi. And the issue of the aid is very serious issue. No any large organization uh, is taken up this responsibility. Some secular people, some civil right activists uh, arrange their aid by own. No any organization is involved in this process. Uh, the main problem uh, is the drinking water. Food is arranged by some individuals around. Uh, as I personally said that we are arranging around 200 people food daily, but the families are suffered uh, around 8 to 9,000 families are suffered. So some individuals generously support to arrange the food and the water and some other things. So no any as such organization helping in the aid in terms of food and water also.
Mm, mm, mm. Just in closing, Mujahid, I wanna focus on Islamophobia in India and how in recent times it has again reared up its ugly head, and what happened in Kashmir just a few hours ago, only exacerbating what is already happening on the ground. Do you think that particular event, that terror attack in Kashmir, will now be used as a scapegoat to continue targeting Muslims in India because of that very reason and what happened in that part of the world?
Exactly, you said absolutely correct thing. Uh, Islamophobia is on the high level. So an attack has happened in Kashmir. Attack were uh, uh, by others and targeted in targeted. Then they targeted Muslims of Ahmedabad. So it's just due to the Islamophobia, nothing else. If I am accused, you will punish me, not in the South Africa. So attack happened in another state. Attacked uh, the accused were another, and you punish the Muslims of the Ahmedabad. It's just due to the Islamophobia, nothing else.
Hmm.
And Islamophobia in India and in the Gujarat is on the high level. It's on the peak.
Very, very concerning picture that you're painting there, Mujahid. Unfortunately, we're going to leave it here for now. We have run out of time, but really, really appreciate you giving us your time and giving us insight on the lived realities of millions and millions of Muslims in India. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Salam Media.
There you go. Really appreciate it there. There was a convener of the Minority Coordination Committee in Gujarat out in India, Mujahid Nafees. And yeah, giving us insights on, I think, what is becoming an increasingly increased problem in India, the issue of Islamophobia. And this comes from a country that prides itself on being the world's largest democracy, a country that is built on the ideals of pluralism, tolerance, and constitutional rights for all. And yet, stories like these raise urgent questions about whether those ideals are being upheld for everyone. Bulldozers should not be used to silence communities or erase their homes. What does it say about democracy when entire neighborhoods, mostly Muslims, are reduced to rubble overnight? Does this sound familiar? Hey? A page maybe out of the pariah state of Israel, similar maybe to Apartheid South Africa, Group Areas Act. We'd love to hear from you. Do these actions reflect the values of a democratic nation, one that claims to be the largest democracy on planet Earth? Or are they just simply a dangerous slide into state sponsored Islamophobia? You can drop us a message or voice note. Your views always matter right here on News and Views. This is your show. You can engage with us. Our studio line is 011-680-0355. On WhatsApp, you can send us a voice note on 061-766-0355. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, News and Views continues after this.